Salutations, sports fans. Welcome back to Clown Questions, the show where there are no dumb questions. I'm your host, Matt K. Maurer, and today I'm asking the question: is Simone Biles still a Packers fan? I'll attempt to get to the bottom of that and answer some other questions on today's episode of Clown Questions. Who's down to clown?
That's a clown question, bro.
What's going on, people? No guest again this week. You're stuck with just me for another week. Next week, I think we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming of one guest per episode. But forget about that. Let's remember this. Simone Biles used to be a Packers fan, and I shouldn't say used to. I think she still is one. Is Simone Biles still a Packers fan? It's pretty plain to see to me. She's absolutely a Packers fan. She did go to a Bears preseason game to support her husband, Jonathan Owens. But what she wore was very interesting. She wore a custom Jonathan Owens jacket. And of course, Owens played for the Packers. So those pictures are all going to be of him on the Packers. He hasn't had much action as a Bear yet. But in addition to like pictures of Owens on the jacket, there was Green Bay Packers logos, not just a logo. Big Cat, I heard talking about this. He was probably, a little bit of copium as a Bears fan, seeing her continue to support the Packers. He was like, oh, it's just the logos on his helmet, on his jersey, blah, blah, blah. No, there was actual logos in the picture. Maybe I should include a picture of Simone here, but absolutely, Simone Biles is still a Packers fan. She's remaining loyal to the city of Green Bay. She wants to support her husband, except when they play the Packers. So she's going to keep repping the G, and that's a good thing. The GOAT is raising the G. Put cheese on everything, as Rashawn Gary would say. So good to see Simone, picked the right squad here and decided to root for the Packers, despite her husband going to the Bears, who are dead. I don't know. I'm calling them dead. The season hasn't started yet. I was just looking for a transition, which I'm not very good at. So I'll just ask the question: is Stream East dead? I hope not. We all love Stream East. Some people, there were a couple viral tweets recently where people were talking about Stream East. So I was like, hey, delete this. What are you doing? And they're like, nah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, evidently, Department of Homeland Security got their hands on Stream East. They seized Stream East, apparently. I don't know what that means. Does that mean the Department of Homeland Security gets all the ad revenue from Stream East? I don't know how that works. But yeah, unfortunately, they streamed Stream East. If you don't know what Stream East is, if you're a law-abiding citizen, you probably have never heard of it. If you pay for cable or you pay for the Sunday ticket, Stream East is an illegal streaming site where you can watch essentially any game you want, which is great for the people who don't have cable, for the people who want to watch sports but don't want to pay for it. So, shout out Stream East. And I don't know if this was from an official Stream East Twitter account. I feel like it'd be counterintuitive for them to have an official social media presence, as they're breaking the law with their entire business model. But I'm just gonna include this tweet, which, whether or not it's from Stream East itself, it's a pretty funny tweet, and I love it. And they're fighting back against the Department of Homeland Security. But here's the tweet from Stream East, Stream East in quotation marks. But it's a great tweet. Our streams will never go offline. We have more decoy streams than you could imagine. We have self-replicating private servers and storage. We have more domains than Apple and Google combined. Follow along on our journey to live sports heaven. That's just amazing. It's like the Leo DiCaprio meme. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. That's what Stream East said, as they cost me $1 here on the show, and I put it into the F-bomb jar like so. But shout out to Stream East for keeping up the good fight for all the good people who love sports but hate paying for them. So hopefully Stream East can keep up these decoy streams and fool the Department of Homeland Justice, which honestly, Department of Homeland Justice, you're super late on this. Actually, my brother was speculating that they got caught wind of this when they saw LeBron James on Stream East. LeBron, what are you doing with you don't need Stream East, bro. Come on. You can pay for your cable or any other, sports live sports package. Hulu has live sports. No free ads. Sponsor me, Hulu. But yeah, shout out Stream East. Keep fighting. Keep fighting the good fight. Who is trying to fight the good fight are some teams who've made some preseason moves. Who made moves is the question here. The answer, the Eagles and the Vikings. The Vikings have signed Stephon Gilmore to a 1-year, $7 million contract. Stephon Gilmore was once considered arguably the best cornerback in the league. I hate shitting on players who, have a million times the athleticism and football IQ as me, but I gotta say, I think Gilmore might be a little bit past his prime, if I'm being honest. But it was a huge need for the Vikings. I think one of their cornerbacks tore either an Achilles or an ACL. Either way, it was a season-ending injury. So Gilmore was a much-needed addition to the Vikings secondary. So good move for them there. $7 million, maybe a little overpaid, but they were desperate. They needed a cornerback. They got one of the best veteran corners in the game. The other move that was made today was through the Philadelphia Eagles. They made a trade for Jahan Dotson, a great wide receiver, up and coming. I think he's in his second year. Was very impressive with the Commanders last year. So the Eagles wide receiving core, I don't know if they're quite there, but they're giving the Texans a run for their money in terms of best receiving core. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jahan Dotson. There's an argument to be made that that's better than the receiving core of Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank. I would still give the edge to the Texans there. But yeah, Eagles offense is going to be scary. It'll be interesting to see how the Packers fare against them and Brasilia. But I mean, the biggest part of this, move for the Eagles is what are the Commanders doing? This is the second time I think they've made an in-division trade with the Eagles in recent memory. Why are you doing another in-division trade? Why are you giving up, one of your better offensive pieces? That one makes no sense to me. You're gonna play him twice a year, so you're gonna have to worry about Jahan Dotson. What, they gave up on him after a year? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to build for the future, but I think Jahan Dotson would have been a nice target for Jaden Daniels to have this year. Alas, he gets traded to the Eagles. Eagles get better. The rich get richer. The poor get poorer. But I do want to see some success from the Commanders because big Jaden Daniels fan. How can you not be one of the most entertaining players to watch in college? Hopefully, he'll continue that in the NFL and stay healthy. So I'll ask, is he the missing piece? I'm not talking about Jaden Daniels. Who I am talking about is the 76ers and free agent Gershon Yabusele. If you don't know who Gershon Yabusele is, you might not have watched the Olympics because he was cooking for France. He was maybe, you could argue, the second best player behind Wembanyama on that team. So he signs with the Sixers. I've alluded into past podcasts that Paul George was the missing piece, but maybe Gershon's the real missing piece. He was really great in the Olympics, all-around player. He signs a 1-year, $2.1 million deal with the Sixers. So good to see he got that recognition for playing international ball. And now he can play in the NBA where maybe one day he can be a world champion. Yes, you heard that right, Noah Lyles. But one thing I do want to address with Gershon Yabusele is in the gold medal game, people are claiming, it's all fake news, but they're claiming he dunked on LeBron. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that was an AI video. Artificial intelligence made it, fake video. LeBron never got dunked on. My king, my glorious king, Pookie Bear, would never get dunked on. So I just wanted everyone to know it's fake. If you see that video of Gershon, dunking on LeBron, Don't be worried that LeBron got dunked on. Be worried that AI is taking over and making a flawless video that it looks like real life. But yeah, Gershon did not dunk on LeBron. LeBron has never been dunked on, never will be dunked on in his career. Go Lakers. Let's talk some baseball. This is probably a disrespectful way to introduce this news, but did Joey Votto do steroids? Stupid question. I'm fairly certain the answer is no. But Joey Votto has just retired. Sounds like he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. MVP in 2010. Great player for the Reds. Maybe one of the greatest Reds player of all time. Probably behind Johnny Bench and Pete Rose, who should be in the Hall of Fame. He didn't do steroids. He was just gambling like Shohei Ohtani. But yeah, stupid way to phrase that question. I don't know why, but as soon as I heard the news about Joey Votto's retirement, that was the question that came to my head. I'm like, did he do steroids? Should I be wishing him well in retirement, or should I be saying good riddance? A quick Google search confirmed that he probably didn't do steroids. I don't know, where I got that in my mind from. But yeah, congrats, Joey Votto. Have a great retirement. And yeah, he'll be in Cooperstown soon in about 5 years' time. Who might not be any better in 5 years' time is the Iowa Hawkeyes. They are ranked 25th in the AP poll. That's right. College football is right around the corner. We got week 0 coming up. We got a game in Dublin against Florida State and Georgia Tech. But let's talk some Iowa and ask the question Iowa fans have been asking themselves for years. Does Iowa finally have a QB? I think yes, because their coach got in trouble for the way he recruited him. So he broke some rules in order to get a great player. So the Iowa football coach Kirk Ferentz has received a 1-game suspension for recruiting violation and getting QB Cade McNamara to Iowa. This suspension, what it indicates to me is that Cade McNamara is one of the better quarterbacks Iowa has had in years, because the other ones they got, legally no recruiting violations, but this one they're like, we need a quarterback so bad. I don't care if I get suspended. I bought him a car or whatever he did. But Cade McNamara has got to be the best quarterback option they've had in a while. If Kirk is willing to take the gamble on violating some recruiting guidelines, so I'm looking forward to Iowa this year. I was watching Hard Knocks, and I realized the Chicago Bears might have the best punter in the league, and that's solely because that punter played at Iowa. He's had more practice reps as of any college punter in history, because Iowa has had the worst offense in college football history. Maybe not quite that bad. But yeah, what is bad is what Darrell Housh Doucette said recently in a TMZ interview. So today's first year interruption is going to be with Housh. I don't know why they call him Housh. Why do they call him Housh? I'm just curious. But yeah, Darrell Housh Doucette is the flag football quarterback for Team USA. Yeah, this MacBook's too slow. I'm not gonna figure out why they call him Housh. Maybe he's TJ Houshmandzadeh's cousin or something like that. But yeah, the first year interruption, we got a little TMZ spot with Darrell Housh Doucette, 5'7" quarterback out of USA. And yeah, he's confident in the flag football team, but he's a little angry that NFL fans have kind of volunteered to, I'll be on the team, no doubt. He's kind of in this interview saying, it's a different game. But he has a pretty damning, or a little bit of a hot take, a flaming hot take, actually, about how confident he is in his abilities and his assessment of these NFL players kind of volunteering for flag football before they've even tried out or played the game. So yeah, here's first year interruption with Darrell Housh Doucette. Take it away, Housh.
So it seems like you'd welcome then them to go through the process if there's a tryout for a team to come try out with you guys against you guys.
Of course, like we're not hiding from the competition. I'm not hiding from the competition, and none of my teammates nor anybody else in the flag football world are hiding from the competition. I've played against current players, I played against retired players, whatever it takes. They put their pants on, they tie their shoes the same way I do mine. At the end of the day, we are all men. So we welcome competition. But I'm not necessarily speaking about myself being the quarterback or trying to compete against Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm better than Patrick Mahomes because of my IQ of the game. I know he's right now the best in the league. I know he's more accurate. I know he has all these intangibles. But when it comes to flag football, I feel like I know more than him.
They tie their shoes the same way I tie mine. That's kind of a bar. Obviously, Housh is going to get clowned for this. He's implying that he has a better football IQ than Patrick Mahomes. That sounds horrible. It sounds dumb. Like, even imagine like Josh Allen saying that. Even imagine like the second best quarterback in the NFL saying that he has a higher IQ than. You ever have to sneeze and then it like goes away? I'm in the midst of a sneeze like that. Oh, that's probably some MSR for you guys. But yeah, Mahomes did respond to this where he said he had a better football IQ. Mahomes responded with a 50 Cent meme. And I guess 50 Cent in this meme said, I'm like, why you say fuck me for? So there's $1 for the F-bomb jar. But yeah, like I said, what Hoosh was saying sounds really dumb. He's implying that he's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. He has a better IQ, but it's that clip is taken a little bit out of context. I think what he's trying to say is he's not necessarily more talented or smarter than Patrick Mahomes, but he's saying his IQ of flag football is higher, and that I actually agree with. He talked. I actually watched the full 7 minute interview with TMZ. He kind of got into like he's like, yeah, I think Tyreek Hill and these skill guys would be great at flag football. But one thing that I have to know is like it's non-contact, so the moves are much different. You're trying to move your hips in a way where you can't get the flag. You can't be physical. He's talking about cornerbacks at the line. He's like, I think they would have a little trouble in flag football because like press corners, they get those 5 yards to put their hands on the receiver, block him a little bit, try to set him off his route. You can't do that in flag football. It's basically non-contact. So I can see what Hoosh is saying, that the NFL players would have to learn a completely different style of football. And while I agree now that Hoosh has a higher flag football IQ than Patrick Mahomes, given a few practices, Mahomes would be right there. He'd figure out the moves. Hoosh, I'm sure, is great, but we'll take our chances with Patrick Mahomes, with Lamar Jackson, with Josh Allen. I think they could pick it up. I think they could pick it up. And I hope they do. Rooting for Hoosh, but I would much rather watch Patrick Mahomes represent the U.S. Maybe Jordan Love. It's 4 years from now. Who knows? Maybe Jordan Love will be the flag football quarterback. That would be pretty cool. And what might be kind of cool is my new segment. My new segment today is called Slept On. So basically, this segment, I'm going to give you a couple fantasy football sleepers, like deep sleepers. I'm talking round 14, round 13 or later. Maybe one of them is going to go a little earlier than that. This is probably a bad idea. I don't know how many of the people I'm in fantasy football leagues with watch the show, so I might be overplaying my hand, giving up my great sleepers. Or maybe these are just sleepers that no one will believe in. So even if I tell them to pick them, they're not going to. But I got 4 sleepers for you. First one, Xavier Legette. Go watch an interview with Xavier Legette. He has a great personality, and he talks in the deepest Southern accent you've ever heard. Great reason to be a sleeper. No, he was a standout at South Carolina. He's got a lot of upside. It'll be tough on the Panthers. Maybe not the best offense. Bryce Young's still learning. But Legette, I like it. He's got a lot of upside. Deep threat. Huge guy. Will bounce off tacklers. But yeah, Leggett, sleeper wide receiver for you guys. Another sleeper wide receiver I got is on the Green Bay Packers. I already picked him in 1 league. Probably pick him in 3 more. Dontavian Wicks. He is actually out of, the 4 kind of starters for the Packers, he's ranked the lowest. So while I love Jaden Reed and Watson and Dobbs, I think Wicks is a better value. He's a better sleeper. And I think he has as much upside as any of those guys, as we saw late last season, that huge touchdown catch against the Cowboys. So I like Wicks. I got to talk to Jones more. He was implying, I shouldn't bring this up. He was implying that Dontavian Wicks hooked up with Travis Kelce's mom. So Donna Wicks, this is horrible. I shouldn't be starting this rumor about one of my favorite Packers. So disregard that. Ask Jones about the Kelce Wicks relationship. It's an interesting storyline, if true. It's not. But 2 more sleepers for you. Well, based on these 2 sleepers, are pretty biased. I picked a Packer. Now I'm picking a Badger, Braylon Allen. I do like, Breece Hall as a top 5 pick, maybe top 2. Some people are taking him 1. I probably wouldn't take him 1, but yeah, Braylon Allen. I'm not rooting for an injury for Breece Hall, but if he were to get injured, Braylon Allen would be nice. Maybe not as fast as Breece Hall, but probably better up the middle guy. And that offense with Aaron Rodgers is going to be clicking. I think that's why Breece Hall is a bona fide first-round pick in fantasy football. So Braylon Allen, good sleeper for you. Maybe a handcuff if you draft Breece, or an upside guy if someone else takes Breece. Last guy, super deep sleeper, probably the 25th ranked quarterback. So this is more for like my 14-team league, maybe last round or so, round 14. You go with Will Levis, the Titans quarterback. I'd much rather have one of the rookie quarterbacks here, not named J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix. But Levis looked good last year. I don't know. He's got Calvin Ridley now. I think he could be a little sleeper there for you. I think Will Levis is slept on. That's all I got for that segment. Fantasy football analysis. I should have had someone who actually has championship experience in fantasy football doing that segment. But whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm busy. I'm freaking out about this wedding I'm officiating in 2 days. But I'll be chilling. I'll be Gooch. I'll be Gucci. So little pod for you guys today. Let's finish out the show with, of course, the Goosebump moments of the week. Starting off at number 10. We have a Dylan Carlson walk-off single in the 12th inning to complete the sweep for the Rays.
7-7, 12th inning, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Swinging a line drive on the left. It drops, base hit, and the Rays win! Dylan Carlson, the hero. Tampa Bay finishes the homestand with a clean sweep of the hottest team in baseball.
Number 9, Wyatt Langford with a walk-off single for the Rangers.
Wyatt Langford. That one flared into center field, base hit. And Wyatt Langford makes the Rangers a winner this afternoon.
Number 8, Josh Young with a wild walk-off for the Rangers. Back-to-back Rangers.
Chopper toward 3rd. That's a tough play. Miranda throws to 1st, and it's dropped. And here comes Garcia, and the Rangers will win it.
The Rangers win it in walk-off fashion.
Number 7, Trey Turner's 4th hit of the night is a walk-off in Philly.
Somehow, some way.
Swinging a fly ball out toward left field. Wood will watch it go
in Philly, yeah.
And it's off the wall. Marshall score. Trey Turner gives the Phils the walk-off.
Number 6, Caitlin Clark with a full-court dime to get the rookie assist record.
Clark the swing ahead. Oh, what a dime. And Mitchell lays it in. And Caitlin Clark officially has the most assists ever. Second base, McKinstry.
Number 5, Parker Meadows walks off the Little League Classic in Williamsport.
At second. Swings and sends it to left. Dominguez got a good arm. They're going to wave him. A delay on the throw. He is safe. Zach McKinstry delivers the tying run with a single, scores the winning run on a Parker Meadows base hit into left. The Tigers walk it off in the Little League Classic in Williamsport.
Number 4, Yiner Diaz with a walk-off homer for the Stros. Houston has a problem.
Yiner hits one high. Ball game over. Jordan sent something to Yiner on his way back to the dugout, and Yiner crushed one for the winner.
Number 3, Nolan Arenado with a walk-off granny versus the Brewers. Damn it.
And now it is Nolan Arenado with a chance to win it.
Swing and a drive, belted down the line. The ball is gone. What a grand finish in St. Louis tonight.
A slammer for Nolan Arenado. A walk-off slammer. What a moment here at Busch.
Number 2, Francisco Alvarez pimps this walk-off homer.
He's 0 for 2 and a walk tonight. The Mets have hit one fair ball since the 4th inning.
Alvarez swings and he drives one deep left center field. Mullins looks up and it's out of here. Alvarez swings 3-0 and he wins the game for New York with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. First career walk-off RBI for Francisco Alvarez, and it was a bomb of a home run. His first home run in 3 weeks, and it wins the game for New York.
Number 1 moment of the week, Jesse Winker hits the walk-off home run, and then he loses his mind. Check out the celebration.
On a positive note.
And Winker strokes one deep left center field. Back goes Mullins near the wall. It's out of here! Jesse Winker's first home run as a New York Met is a walk-off shot in the bottom of the ninth, and the Mets do it again with the game-winning home run by Winker. They take 2 out of 3 from the Orioles.
Wow. Great moments this week. 2 Mets moments at the top. I was really between those two. Not because they were walk-off homers. I mean, that puts you up the list. But because they both pimped the hell out of their home runs. Francisco Alvarez with the bat flip. And I think he was saying, like, this is my house. This is my house. Or, you know, if he only speaks Spanish, he was probably saying, es mi casa. Es mi casa. So that one could have been number 1. Jesse Winker, though, just went insane off after that walk-off home run. He, like, stops on his way to first base, spikes his helmet. Great celebration from him there. And also, Caitlin Clark, wow, full court dime. She gets the rookie assist record. She already has the WNBA single season record for assists with 19 in a game. And guess what? Right now, she's leading the league in assists. That's right. It's going to be tough for Angel Reese to win this rookie of the year for sure, with Clark leading the league in assists. Although Reese is leading, you know, Reese is averaging a double-double, so I don't think the race is over yet. But, you know, my brother John, I think he was telling me, you know, Angel's like a layup merchant. She misses 3 layups in a row and then makes one. So that inflates her rebound numbers. You guys can talk to Jonna about that one. But last thing I got for you on the show today would be my CFP Champion Pick, my college football playoff. I guess I'll give you my top 12, and then I'll give you the pick. So this is how I see the playoffs shaping out. Number 12, Iowa. Maybe Cade McNamara. Maybe they finally got a quarterback. Number 11, Oklahoma, newly in the SEC. Tough schedule, but that means, you know, they can afford a couple losses, sneak in as the 11. 10, I got LSU. Always a fun team to watch. No Jaden Daniels. You know, they lost Malik Neighbors, but I assume they got some new recruits coming in. Number 9, Utah. They're newly in the Big 12. I think they're the strongest team, at least defensively. So I got them at 9. 8, I got FSU. They could really vault up the rankings if they go undefeated or have a better season than that. I'm really hoping you guys can't hear the lawnmower, but you might. So I should probably finish this quickly. Number 7, I got Michigan. No Jim Harbaugh, no problem. Give them the 7 seed. Notre Dame at 6. I feel like every year we're high on Notre Dame and they disappoint us, but this is the year. It's you know, it's a 12-team playoff. They can make it. They're not going to be top 4, but they can make it. Number 5, I got Bama. No explanation needed. Number 4, Texas. They beat Bama, so therefore they're better than Bama. Newly in the SEC. Give them the 4 seed, give them the bye week. Number 3, the Big Ten's own Oregon Ducks. I got them in the bye. Number 2, Georgia Bulldogs. Enough said. Don't need to explain that one. Number 1, Ohio State. I think they'll be back because Jim Harbaugh is gone. I'm just now realizing I only have 3 teams not in the Big Ten or the SEC. But honestly, I guess there's supposed to be 5 automatic qualifiers for this, but I'm wondering what the next, what the 5 is, because are they still doing the or the Pac-12? Right now it's the Pac-2. You only got Oregon State and Washington State. Those teams are very unlikely to make the playoffs. So I don't think they still get an automatic qualifier, but it's Big 12, Big 10, ACC, SEC. What's the 5th division that gets an automatic? Maybe it's the Pac-2. That would be hilarious. Just give them the 12 seed. Maybe see some chaos, or see Bama beat them by 40 at home in the new playoff. But alas, I'm not going to pick the whole bracket, but I'll give you my champion. I hate to say it because I've hated them since the day I was born, but I'm picking Ohio State to win the championship. I think Ryan Day and the Buckeyes finally get the monkey off their back as they beat Michigan en route to a national title. But is the monkey really off their back, though? Because as we know, that monkey was Jim Harbaugh.